Good morning, everyone. I'm Shilpa, working as assistant professor in Sri Rama Institute of Management. I'm dealing with the subject compensation and welfare management. So there are 5 units. Unit 1 discuss with employee compensation, factors influencing compensation, plan and policies, principles of wages and salary administration. Wage as motivator, methods of wage fixation, factors influencing wage and salary determination. And second unit deals with job evaluation and different methods of job evaluation, performance and reward system, and wage differentiations, different payment methods, wage methods, intensive plans, and all that. And third unit, employee welfare, concept, scope, and significance, welfare policy and 5-year plans, role of employee welfare agencies, state employers, trade unions, and voluntary agencies. And coming to the fourth unit, employee welfare programs, statutory and non-statutory, intramurals and extramural, social security, social assistance, and social insurance. Last unit, fifth unit, labor welfare administration, plant level, state and central levels, labor welfare officer, role and status, and their functions. These all the syllabi. Coming to the concept, let's discuss the content of the compensation and welfare management. Just I am giving the introduction to the compensation and what is the objectives of compensation, their components, and why it is important, and factors affecting compensation. So coming to the introduction, what is compensation? Means compensation is a systematic approach to providing monetary and non-monetary values to employees in exchange of work performed. And so what definition, come to the definition. Compensation may be defined as the money received in performance of work and many kinds of benefits that an organization provide to their employees. So we are working for that work, they give our salary. Simply salary is the compensation. When come to the intensive and other benefits, all these comes under the compensation. So what is the main objectives of compensation? To recruit and retain qualified employees, and to increase the maintain moral values, and to determine the basic wage and salary levels. So we discuss what is the basic salary, and what is the intensive, what is the HRA, what is the DA, and all things are come under the compensation management. And to reward for job performance, when we are working for the better, so what they give the reward, that is also there are sometimes monetary reward or non-monetary rewards. These are the main objectives of the compensation management. So what are the components of compensation? Means there are both monetary and non-monetary values. In the monetary values, direct and indirect, different ways. Monetary means indirect and direct methods are there. So in the indirect hand, based on the hourly and monthly rated wages and salaries, and come under the direct monetary compensation. And coming in incentives, individual plans, group plans, all under come under the direct monetary compensations. Coming to the indirect compensation, so the fringe benefits, PF and gratitudes and medical cares, accident reliefs, health and group insurance, all are under the indirect compensations. And some other companies gives stock options, different schemes, furnished houses, and paid holidays, membership, different memberships, all are come under the indirect compensation method. So components, direct components, base pay, bonus, long term incentives, and perks and prerequisites. So indirect compensation, I am already told, the insurance policies and different clothes, company parties, phones, giving prizes, giving reward as phones, laptops, and so retirement programs, holiday trips, all come under the indirect compensations. So coming to the non-monetary method, monetary compensation enhance dignity and satisfaction from work performed, promote social relationship with co-workers, allocate sufficient resources to perform work assignments. So the job content come under the non-financial compensation method or non-monetary. So giving work from home to employees is also a non-monetary benefit. So working conditions may changes, and working time was also we can change in the non-monetary compensation method. So they recognize their work and they give the team lead, so to manage entire the team. These all are come under the non-monetary. In this non-monetary compensation, they don't give extra salary to the employees, but they recognize their work and give the authority to the employees. So why it is important, why compensation is important? So why it is important means to describe the job, to analyze the job, to evaluate the job, and to calculate the pay structure of the employee, a particular job site, and salary service. For these, compensation is very important. So what are the different factors affecting the compensation? There are two, external factors and internal factors. So what come under the external factors? Demand and supply of the labor. So nowadays the labor has a scarcity because the laborers are going into the cities. That's why we have a huge demand and a huge supply of the labor. And cost of living. So when coming to the cost of living, villages are less cost of living areas than cities, and the society, labor unions, the economic condition, all are come under the external factors. Coming to the internal factors means the organizational policies, compensation policies. So the environment within the organization is called the internal factor. The organization ability to pay, and the job analysis and description, and who are working in that organization also affected the compensation factors. So this is a small introduction to the compensation. What are the compensation factors and what is the importance of the compensation? So we can further discuss in the unit deeply. Thank you.